Hello and welcome, this is Giraffe Reaction Zone and this is another 2 episodes this time, not 3 for the One Piece, simply because those episodes were massive, were fully packed with getting loads of revelations, especially for Luffy. Luffy get into his head variety of information, what he's gonna do, how he's gonna, proceed, is he gonna still if he's gonna still try to collect his crewmate or he's gonna separate, take a side quest, ladies and gents, find out, and the power levels are on the roof. We're gonna have another heavy hitters, Drake in 2 form, his base, and obviously the Devil Fruit form, and finally, for the first time, ladies and gents, Kizaru, Admiral Kizaru, Justification Strength. Enjoy! Episode 415, let's go! So Luffy literally protecting them. He's doing all what he can. Obviously, he's not realizing about that because Luffy is simple-minded, but all of his actions actually are very well done. In case of getting the crew to help him out to get to whatever destination he would like to go. However, how's the spoiled brat who was crying just moments ago gonna act? You're up next! That's always giving up! They were just trying to defend me. Another demand, literally, right? Give up on the other. Yep! That's Luffy for ya. Typical Luffy, not thinking about himself first. He doesn't hesitate at all. Bows his head in order to save his benefactors. So how he's gonna get out from the island? Excuse me? So she revered them. So the time has stopped for them, yeah? This is a perfect opportunity just to get themselves into the stone and let's say wait a couple of years and then somebody can unpetrify them. That means they can literally jump into the future, right? That's a pretty clever movement if somebody found that yet. Because they have no reflection. Looks like their body is untouched. Nothing changes to them. They just jump into the future. Easy. A meal after the battle. Very interesting. That's Luffy. So what is up? Are they gonna forgive him? Oh. No way they all of a sudden start changing. But yeah, that's women in One Piece tends to do that often, I noticed. Man. What she's planning to now? With your clothes off. No shame in nothing if she's really naked again. They literally treating their bodies as a weapon. Have you seen somewhere? Oh yeah, because Luffy reflect that he saw that somewhere. And what's that? Looks like if you're not aware what is that gonna means nothing, and I'm sure of it that everybody in the country will not even realize. If I cannot. It's a bit different from what I once seen before. On his forehead. Not that similar, but expect from Luffy to be... Yeah, because I knew it's gonna be something from the anime. Luffy. I mean, maybe it's related to the same thing. How do you know about me? Caused a horrific and grave incident, dealt a blow to the Celestial Dragon. Hell yeah! Yeah, that's not a small thing. There you go. Foolish people like that. Yeah, definitely. It's more than one. I can whole entire Luffy's crew is like that. But why are you all of a sudden trembling? She's changed a little bit. She's opened it, put their lives at risk to challenge those Celestials. Like who? If you want to say it, say it. If not, don't speak at all. That your fishman friend has on his forehead. The claw of the Celestial Dragon. Alright. Looks like the world government did so much harm to them as well. So they've been slaves. That's kind of telling why she don't want to help world government all of a sudden. There's no way they gonna help them to fight. Yeah, that kind of changes some. Still doesn't explain why she is so spoiled though. Or maybe it was just face what she used, the mask. She was wearing a mask. Yeah, makes sense. When she was 12. Oh. Right, so they being young and they were already chosen on a pirate ship. Because this is the same pirate ship, right? Three of us were taken from the Kuja pirate ship. Oh, wow. The same ocean, yeah? Because I saw Disco there. Holy shit. Yeah, that's what Celestial Dragons are. So true. That's a big trauma, I see, yeah. Don't need to force. Yeah, Luffy will forget it. Luffy's not gonna go and make a war for that. A slave for at least 4 years and then something happens. Adventurer who later led the Fishman Pirates. Fisher Tiger. Alright, somebody new. Free all the slave. Okay. So he freed everybody. Make quite of a rumor there. Immeasurable depth. That I can tell. And they removed the collars as well so they could free away. Alright, so he covered literally the mark and changed it to the sun. Dead? To several. No way Arlong was there as well. No way. So that's why he was covering it. That's really surprising that Luffy understands all of that. Normally he's not listening at all. Or don't care. I won't stop. I mean, yeah, they really make a mark on them. Oh, so she helped them out. Got it. That's why she has some kind of... And she was also the ruler before. She's trembling again. Looks like, yeah, after listening the whole story, I was kind of speechless because I really see her as spoiled brat, but now I know all of that was a mask and she would continue this mask having on because she is so embarrassed. She was taken and she do not want anybody to know, which I think they will forgive her if there is anything to forgive. They will definitely understand the whole. However, her position as a princess, you know, the snake princess, would be actually on the line because if she was a slave and now she's a princess, you know, the perception of her might change, and as well that will affect her devil fruit as we see. I cannot understand completely why she literally take down the offer from the world government. It is impossible for them to go back literally. There's no chance. I'm not seeing that now unless, I don't know, something again major will happen. On the other side, she would lose her title, so maybe just go there but with a, I don't know, high defense, high guard, something like that. Yes, really tough and awkward situation. And look, don't worry, Luffy will definitely not look down on you. It's Luffy, come on. Yeah. I will give you a ride. There you go. Okay, everything is slowly going to an end of this arc, small transition arcs or something, because you know we getting them unpetrified. Now he got literally a ship and a ride from the crew, which is essential for Luffy because he cannot travel here by himself. And he got everything what he needs. Plus, one of the 7 Warlord connection, if she remain in the Warlord, they will be an allies. That's a massive gain as well, actually. Let's continue another episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And go, let's go. Episode 416, let's go. Don't worry, I wouldn't lie. This is actually the part which I would worry because she lied just moments ago, but looks like she is honest now after all of the confession. To prepare for tomorrow, so they literally going tomorrow. Luffy's speech. What they are a trap laid by this. Okay, that's if she really want to play a trap, she definitely would not trust them, as those two sisters couldn't take him down. Okay, he makes some fun over there. That's about it. That's the only food. Oh, big one. What's her agenda now? What's happening? Somebody got sick. Looks like we need to find Chopper first. Oh, is there? So go back. Because I'm really interested what's happening in the world, and it looks like Buggy's on the side, yeah? Wonder what Buggy did again. No idea who's the other pictures there. Oh, it's a blackbird there. He didn't know. Of course he didn't know. He was young, but they put 80 million bounty on his head, like crocodile, yeah? She become one of the 7 warlords. It's about to be revoked. Question: do Luffy know who is Whitebeard? Because Ace told him he's his captain. Yeah. So he know the Whitebeard. Because normally he's not reading stuff, so how he's supposed to know the Whitebeard stuff? But yeah, Ace told him. Drake. Alright. She's telling him about Ace. Holy shit, I'm getting chills now. Public execution of Ace. What he's gonna do? I'm getting chills everywhere. Wow. What's Luffy gonna do? Because Luffy noticed that Ace had some issues there because his Viver card is burning out. But now when he heard about his execution, what he's gonna do? He don't even has his crew back. By defeating Ace. So why Whitebeard? Blackbeard won with Ace in here. Yeah, because he got caught. Alright. What he's gonna do now? Blackbeard. Yeah, he remember now, he knows who he needs to beat down as a revenge. But what to do with Ace now? Who's more important at this point in time? Ace or his crew? That's a good question. He will be a chance for him. Town square of Marineford. Heavy headquarters. In 1 week, 6 days from now. More than a week. Is where he's locked up. Ennis Lobby. Yeah, because from Ennis Lobby you can go either to this prison or headquarters. So next, all the facilities, giant whirlpool. 10 times bigger. So, reassuming, he can travel to Archipelago, to Sabaody, to meet others if they are there. Don't forget that the others can also have to travel there. It's gonna take more around 2 weeks. And he's either go and meet with his crew or go to Ace. And I'm really thinking that it's a tough decision, Luffy. Since he's stronger. So he admitted it. Side trip! Holy shit. So he's going for Ace. But as I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, Whitebeard and his crew had minimal chances to win that battle, in my opinion, because they will be everybody, maybe except of the few warlords as I see, like the Empress. And now Luffy's gonna get that. That's gonna be a problem. Especially when all of the admirals will be there. All 3. And we know how strong is Aokiji and we know how strong is Kizaru. what Luffy can do if he stands against them. If he stands against them, probably the Vice Admiral will be the maximum what he can take down in a battle, if he can. The Whitebeard will show up. Can he rescue? He probably will have some plan. Don't make me wrong. They probably have some intelligent, pirates up there to help him out. Holy shit. But what Luffy can do? Obviously, the more men is better. And Luffy ain't a weak one. I am just worried right now because there is nobody to help Luffy at this point. Because even if he met those Whitebeard pirates, what is, okay, Ace was asking him to join Whitebeard pirates, he refuses. What is the chance they actually be friendly with Luffy? So he's going for Ace because he said he's gonna go. Don't care what's happened. Yeah, that's typical Luffy, infamous prisoner in the world now. You better go to the Great Prison where he's being held. But the Great Prison, the Navy Admirals and 7 Warlords will be keeping close eye. There's no doubt that they are guarding it, yeah, with full strength of the military. She's not gonna enter with such a trauma. I mean, that's the only option for Luffy if she will accept, but oh, that's not a small, favor to ask now. This is a big one. I mean, she would be kind of, within the allies, the other 7 warlords and the government, but who knows what the government's gonna do? Yeah, you're gonna ask her again how many favors you want from her, literally, Luffy. I would say, Luffy, that's beyond your reach already. Has come down with an unknown illness. Uh-oh. Of course, when things are getting complicated, they are getting complicated all over the place. Holy. I am literally blown away of Luffy resolve. I'm literally blown away of this stuff. What is happening? The hype is there. I'm not gonna do one more episode. No, we're gonna go to the power levels now because 3 episodes would be too much of a content for me to handle. Yet I still have some power levels to set up. Holy moly, I don't know where to even start. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I am in shock. Luffy realizes and getting know the truth. First of all, Blackbeard, who beat Ace up, so who he needs to take revenge of. Yes, that's the first thing. So when they gonna see each other, it's gonna be a clash, 100%. Also, if she got sick, who's gonna? Okay, there's still other crew can, send him, like to Sabaody. Okay, that's within the reach. But to go to rescue Ace, that means go to Impel Down, go to government facilities. When she had such a trauma, I'm already forgetting of her being spoiled, all of that, because that's clearly a mask what she's wearing. So it's fine, it's just for others to view her as a princess. Fine. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Power levels! Welcome to the power level section. We're gonna have 2 characters. One character will be again in the base form and in the full strength form. So the first character is gonna be Drake, which is gonna be base and full strength justification, so in 2 examples. And then we're gonna finally after so many episodes, Kizaru, yes, Admiral Kizaru justification. But before that, I just want to remind you quickly about the rules what we're having here. So basically we're having 3 rules which we judging all of our characters' strength, which first of all is if a character can win with another character within 1 punch, that means the character is twice stronger. If the character can win a fight without fighting seriously, 1 punch or not, he is 10 times stronger. And if the character can win with a 1 punch and at the same time not fighting seriously, he's 20 times stronger. In case when we cannot apply any of the rules but the fight is concluded, the winner's minimum strength is gonna be either maximum minimum or average strength of the guy who loses the fight. It all depends how much wounded is the winner. Let's go back to video now. Let's start from the Drake base. So what kind of minimum strength would he can have? And by Drake base I mean literally when he is not using his devil fruit abilities. We're gonna have an encounter when there was Urush and Killer fighting together, not serious mode, just light fights, and then Drake jump in, separate both of them easily. So that was literally simultaneous attack from Killer and Urush because he get exactly in the middle of it and he counter it, still being base. So we have to add both strength and then go from there. So Urush at that time was Urush base, which was 649 strength, and in case of Killer was 551 because that was Killer fighting not seriously. So adding them up, that amount of strength couldn't beat down Drake with a one punch, which means he is not twice weaker than that. Combined strength was 1190 divided by 2. Minimum strength from Drake is gonna be 595. This is his base. Frankly speaking, Drake is really hard to gouge. However, I finally managed. I need to spend more time than normally to understand his strength. So let's go to his maximum strength. And maximum strength will be when Urush was fighting Pacifista, while Pacifista still wasn't using his full power, which means he wasn't using his beams at all. That's what I'm treating Pacifista when he uses his arms and blows instead of using Kizaru laser. So in that state, Pacifista has 856 strength, and that means that Drake in a base form cannot beat Pacifista without fighting seriously with a one punch. So we multiply Pacifista's strength with 856 by 2, which is 1712, and that's gonna be his maximum strength because he cannot exceed that because he couldn't beat down Pacifista when he wasn't fighting seriously. Done! So maximum strength 1712. That means average strength for Drake going base is, ladies and gents, 1154. Case closed. And this is a perfect, we needed that to gouge somebody's strength later on. However, I'm not gonna spoil much. Let's go Drake full strength. And with this was another massive confusion, ladies and gents, because Drake wasn't really using his ultimate form. Let's start from the beginning. Minimum strength of Drake going serious mode. So he was in his final form and then he was biting the head of Pacifista, and then he uses Kizaru laser. He went down to his base. However, he was smiling. He was feeling really comfortable. That's a very major thing. Comfortable, smiling, even laughing that the Pacifista were bleeding. I must say Pacifista couldn't beat down with a serious mode again like every single other supernova. So he is at least 4326 minimum strength because Pacifista cannot beat down with them with a laser beam. Simple as. In case of his maximum strength, and here it is as a tough one because going 1v1 with Pacifista Drake, can he win or can he not win? This is 50-50. I cannot really justify who gonna win, so I cannot put Pacifista's maximum, minimum, average strength for Drake's maximum simply because this is not fair for the Drake. It is even a possibility that he would win with Pacifista, so I'm gonna go extremely safe here. Drake cannot beat up Pacifista with a one punch. Going serious. So, Pacifista 8000 strength multiplied by 2 gives 17,304, and this is gonna be his maximum strength. And that gives, ladies and gents, the average strength of Drake, listen carefully, 10,815 average strength of Drake. Technically the strongest out of all supernova. We're gonna find out in a ranking. So let's go to the main event. Kizaru, ladies and gents. Minimum strength, only one actually thing which can help us gouge justifies Kizaru's minimum strength, and that's nobody else than Drake. Yes. So because other characters which Kizaru fought are still unjustified, so it cannot measure Kizaru's strength at all. But with the X-Drake we already have, and we having his base form, which is the most important, because when he was giving that punch completely out of blue moon, because he was using this movement of his devil fruit that he can teleport or move with the speed of light temporarily. So that's true, he can use a speed of light, he can be as fast as light while using those attacks. Otherwise, when he was giving the hits for the Drake, that wasn't fighting seriously. Of course, are we gonna treat that as not fighting seriously? However, that wasn't speed of light, just the one make an asterisk here. Anyway, he literally beat down X-Drake, and I have to treat X-Drake base here because he wasn't in his devil fruit form. If he would in his devil fruit form, it would go differently. We do not know that, sadly. So we have to go with his base. And the hit in the face for X-Drake, not fighting seriously, he literally knocked him down, knocked him out, which means he is 20 times stronger at least than X-Drake base form, and that gives, ladies and gents, if we multiply 1154 times 20, gives 23,080 minimum strength. And that's only his minimum strength, because the maximum strength is still unknown. So I'm gonna finish with the 23,080 plus case close. As an extra asterisk, somebody would say, yeah, but there was a Urush with the full form, whatever was the bigger form, strength, and he also was beaten down by Kizaru by one punch. However, I want to add here that Urush was already kind of beaten by Pacifista, so his strength needs to be reduced. I don't know how much reduced, because he was beaten literally twice. I could divide it up by 2, but how accurate that would be, where with when with X-Drake we having accurate number and we easily multiply that. And yet we don't have his maximum strength. Let's go to the rankings. Starting from the weakest is X-Drake in his base form with a strength 1154. He is positioned literally 35, which is hell high. And I must say that his strength is higher than Beppo or even Urush base form, so he is technically looking much more capable than Urush. We're gonna see it why later on. So in comparison, his base is literally like Captain Smoker, like a 100, so it's 10 times stronger than Captain Smoker, still weaker than the Island Eater giant goldfish. So we have, sadly, unreliable sources, because we have also Dragon and Ace down below him, which is unjustified. And when I'm saying not reliable sources, because Island Eater shown in the series only once, sadly. So the most character who is repetitive in the story the most is actually Captain Smoker, the closest to him, and he is a 10% stronger than Smoker. Yes, of course, I know that Smoker have a devil fruit, Smoker have a crucial devil fruit, because if Drake cannot hit Smoker, that means Pro Smoker will have a massive advantage here, and that's actually the case. So still within a fight between those two, I will literally bet on Smoker, simply because his devil fruit. However, speaking of the strength alone, you know, Smoker was hitting the Luffy and he couldn't beat him up with a one punch, you know. And X-Drake couldn't beat Pacifista, not fighting seriously with one punch. Pacifista is technically for now stronger than Luffy, that's why his strength is literally higher. See, in case of the titles, he's getting a Grand Line Monster. He's clearly Grand Line Monster level. He is clearly faster than a bullet. However, he is not stronger than Steel, so with X-Drake base versus Mr. One would be really tough fight for either of them. And next character is also Drake, 10,815 strength, position, ladies and gents, position 9. He is in the top 10. Even though we're having a Warlords here, the Admirals as it looks like, yet still X-Drake, full form, still joining the top 10, even pushing Oars Luffy Zombie down by 1 position. He's literally actually almost the same strength. The difference is less than 10%. I would say 6% stronger X-Drake full strength than ours. So the fight will really go on, and you know that the winner will be still. I will probably bet on X-Drake because he is smarter. The difference is very low. He is stronger than Monkey D. Luffy Gear 3, and I can actually say that's kind of true because, you know, when Luffy was for the first time using Gear 3 attack on Pacifista, you know, Pacifista was already damaged, Pacifista was already, you know, almost destroyed. It was all what was needed is the final blow, and the attack didn't rip off, didn't show extra damage on Pacifista, it just turned him off. So I do believe X-Drake will do exactly the same. However, X-Drake, when he was going for Pacifista, when Pacifista was unscathed, make him bleed. Can we tell Luffy Gear 3 can make bleed Pacifista with a one hit? Very close, that's why their strength is still less than 10%, probably like 8% difference, so it can go either way. Luffy could actually inflict significant damage to Pacifista actually as well. However, we've shown in anime that X-Drake does that, Luffy he needs help. So yeah, that's the case. Below them is actually Pacifista with a 8600 strength, position number 12. The difference is big now, unfortunately, for Pacifista. And saying that, because he was fighting Pacifista, he was slightly struggled, but as I said before, he wasn't going all out. I'm talking about Drake, sadly. So yeah, and who is stronger than them? Literally most of the warlords, except of, what was his name? Moria, yeah. Except for Moria, because Moria is way below. Any other warlord is actually stronger. Don Quixote do Flamingo is literally above him, and I am talking about his minimum strength. So minimum strength of do Flamingo is literally what? 4% or 3-4% higher than X-Drake. So do Flamingo should win technically with X-Drake with ease. Can we accept that? I don't know, I never saw you saw do Flamingo in action, so maybe you can let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is do Flamingo can win easily at this point with X-Drake, even though he will go all out? Then we're having Crocodile. Crocodile would be, you know, Crocodile have no chance, will give no chance to Drake because Crocodile also is a Logia, so X-Drake cannot inflict any damage. Also, Crocodile is his attacks, his Devil Fruit attacks is actually stronger than X-Drake, so Crocodile can inflict pretty significant damage. Crocodile has him beat, in my opinion, fair and square. And his strength is stronger, not by much, it is like 7% stronger. Still, the Devil Fruit gives him a massive advantage. And after that is massive power jump, because we get into the first Admiral, who is minimum strength, and it's already 14,000. Crazy strength. And then we get in Kuma, 15,000. Okay, he was his full justified strength, so it's still, even Kuma, if he go with X-Drake, X-Drake can maybe can defeat Pacifista, but with Kuma, okay, he will not be down by one punch, but Kuma has him beat. Still, Kuma's strength is simply so much superior to Drake, literally 50% stronger, almost 50% stronger. So yeah, that will be it from the X-Drake. So if number 5 is Kuma, where is Kizaru with his overwhelming minimum strength of 23,000? Let's find out. And this is what we get in the title change. The top one, the ruler Enel, who was ruling the power level section for so long with an overwhelming, astonishing 21,600 strength. Overwhelming, astonishing, because number 2 was Nightmare Luffy with a 17,000. There was a massive big gap in strength in case of. However, in duel between those two, we will know the winner, sadly. However, in case of pure strength, Enel has him beat by a big time. Also, there is Mihawk, position number 4. However, it is his minimum strength, so we cannot justify tell correctly who is where. However, Kizaru is top. Yes, with an overwhelming 23,000 strength, which is already like almost 10,000 or almost 10% or 5% stronger than Enelu, and that is his minimum strength. So another question for you, let me know in a comment, is Kizaru can beat Enel with ease? Because that's what is implying. However, his minimum strength is still, that is also important to notice, lower than Enel's maximum strength. How strong might be Kizaru at the very end, but looks like Enel is the only one character for now from those justified characters who may actually land some hit on Kizaru. If and only if electricity can somewhat be effective tonight. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to sub, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, and see you in the next fully packed One Piece video.